You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Help, come and put a hand, come and wipe away the blight and see what the plight that befall the man of this land. What's going on here? I would like to know why the whole world is in a turmoil. So it look as if we fire God from the job and give you walk to the earth. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have to never like understand. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing of fun and never like I understand. Like if Satan in control of running the land. Hey man, oh man. There's only wars of wars, incurable disease go from sea to seas and they happen without a cause. Strange phenomena now happen everywhere. The callousness of this world has the world in fear. Politics and weaponry have taken its toll. They have the whole world out of control. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing that happen here, well I can understand like it. Oh yes man, the devil have a hand in running the land. Have a hand in running the land. The thing of on here, well I can understand like if Satan in control of running the land. Oh man. To get at ease, we turn to religion. But then in our quest to do our best, we end up in real confusion. Some religious leaders so phony and vain, allow religious morals to go down the drain. Their materialism make them feel them is Lord, robbing the world in the name of God. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing of going on here, well I can understand that the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing of going on here, well I can understand like you Satan in control of running the land. Oh man. Let's take control. Let's reconstruct the world. Sip out all parasites, phonies and blights. What is wrong? Let us make it right. Stop this social, moral and religious decay. Our world wasn't meant to be this way. For heaven's sake, let's not fall for deceit. Put God back in the driver's seat. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing of going on here, well I can understand. The devil have a hand in running the land. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The thing what's going on here, man, I can understand like if Satan in control of running the land. Oh man. Oh man. The devil have a hand. The devil have a hand. Oh yes. In running the land. The devil have a hand. The devil have a hand. The devil understand why. I can't understand. Oh, yes, man. Corrupt teachers, phony preachers, bogus leaders, Satan workers. Oh, yes, man. I can't understand. Well, I can't understand. Satan is controller running the land. Place of worship.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character. Watch out for the character. I'm going to tell you that there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out of the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong because they are confidants. If you have 2 or 3 of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number 2, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you. They are into what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. They are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. and the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose, and when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if he ever sent anybody into your life to help you, you ought to just clap your hands and thank him for the people he sent. Don't worry about the people he took. You ought to praise him for the people he sent. Tell somebody, say, somebody help me. I didn't get here by myself. Somebody helped me to get here. Somebody taught me how to stand. Somebody got me behind the gate. Somebody taught me the protocol of the pilot. Somebody encouraged me when I felt like dropping out of school. Somebody helped me when my back was up against the wall. Somebody mentored me when I was going through a divorce. Somebody helped me when I was going through a crisis. God is so faithful that he will never leave himself without a witness. He will send somebody.
Get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing. nothing easy. I say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, letting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licks from the slave master to become the landowner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when when your soul needs some restoring. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, court ladies and gentlemen. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know what we say it in the village? We originate, we don't imitate. We welcome each and every one. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a mauve t-shirt, you have on a purple t-shirt, a red t-shirt, a pink t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatanias, Venerians, Sonarians. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And you know, we always got to play our little poem.
They have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, come with me. We do have DAT on WZYE, Santa Medite.
You know, that is from one of our listeners. Yeah, he wrote a poem. And if you want to write a poem, you want to write a little bit of music for WZYE 95.9 FM, you'll get your place free, you know. You're getting free airplay, you know what I mean? We don't charge you for if you want to write a little limerick. Is that what they call it? A limerick? Or a limerick? You know, whatever kind of rick you want to write, you just write it and bring it, you know. Come with it. Who sing that song, boy? Come with it. Tommy, who sing that song? Come with it. You remember that? Unmute your mic there, Tommy.
Yes, for sure it's none other than the black man.
Yeah. But if you want to write your limerick, your syrup, whatever it is, and just all I say, make sure it is good, because it gotta go through full 100% scrutiny. You don't just just one, you know what I mean? But you know, a special shout out to Rennie. You know, we had and we go fix it up. Don't worry about it. We go fix it up. Yeah, we go fix it up. Nice. So let me say a special welcome to no other than Diana will be joining us shortly. The other 1/3 of the DAT Triplet. That is no other than the man who went to Palo Seco Secondary School. Maybe it was government secondary back then. Maybe it's just secondary now. He didn't go to the primary school, but he went to the secondary school. All the way from Silibia. Don't get upset with me if they say Salibe. Yes? No other than the one and only, the commissioner of Newark, no other than Thomas E. Marshall Nisbet, boy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening. You know, but anyone listening to you would think that I traveled from Salibia or Salibia to Palo Seco. That would have been something.
If you travel from Salibia to Palo Seco, what is the big deal? You could get in a car.
That'll be once a week.
Well, I mean, you're still traveling there.
I would have had to travel the day from the day before to make it to school in the morning.
How long a ride is that? About 2 hours? 3 hours?
From Salibia to Palo Seco?
Yeah.
I easily driving in a car, probably about 2 hours. Especially back then with the way the roads were. But
what is the big deal? 2 hours is nothing.
No, but that's today. Back then, to travel from Salibia to Palo Seco probably would have taken about 3 to 4 hours. And I would have had to have dedicated transportation.
Okay. All right. I used to travel from Chumacac to Diego Martin.
That's not so bad.
That's about an hour and a half Friday.
But
you think so?
As the crow flies, how many miles is it?
I don't know now.
Just roughly.
I don't know, to be honest.
4 miles? 4 miles?
No. From Chumacac to Diego Martin. Let me see if I can find that. From Chumacac Lavantil to Diego Martin.
It's from Lavantil to Diego Martin. Because
From Lavantil to Diego Martin, all right. From Lavantil. Well, it depends what part of Diego Martin in Lavantil is, you know.
But what part of Diego you were going to?
Boy, all the way down in the back, close to where's that waterfall out in the back there? I forget the name of that place, yes?
Blue Basin?
Blue Basin, there we go. Yeah. In the back there. From Lavantil to Diego Martin, how much miles? Let me see. Hold on, it's coming up.
How many miles?
By car, from Lavantil is 7 miles.
That's 7
Right?
miles. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. Let me see from Chumacac, Lavantil. Let me see if this thing know where Chumacac is. Chumacac, Lavantil. If you this thing know where Chumacac, Lavantil is by now, you know, because I talk so much about Chumacac, Lavantil. I don't know now.
Let me see how many miles. Let me see how many miles it is from Salabia to Palisade.
Listen to this. Yeah. From Chumacac, Lavantil is about 8.5 miles. The drive takes approximately 29 minutes. And I gave directions too, yes?
That's on Google.
Yeah. 13.7.
From Salabia to Palo Seco, Trinidad.
Let me see what that is too. From Salabia to Palo Seco. Is that SYLBIA?
SALYBIA.
SALYBIA to Palo Seco?
Mm-hmm.
Palo Seco. Salabia to Palo Seco. Let me see how much that is. $82.9 miles. It would take about 2 hours and 34 minutes. We drive an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. That's 31 miles per hour. If you drive 60 miles per hour, you should cut that in half.
There's no way you can because of the terrain that you're dealing with. Especially coming from Salabia to San Grande, you can't be driving 50 miles an hour.
Yeah. I mean, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Those are some winding roads, and then when you get the fastest you're gonna drive is along the highway, which is gonna be along the Churchill Roosevelt Highway. Then this Solomon Hochoy, Uriah Butler and Solomon Hochoy until you get to San Fernando.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Then again it's slow driving.
So first in the village tonight was no other than the Love Doctor.
Yes.
The Love Doctor came in first. He says, "Good night, boys and girls. Love in the house. Great love is all I bring." Love Doctor said, "Respect to the panel. Mr. Walls, Lady Diana, Mr. Tommy." He said, "Sending out marvelous, fabulous, splendiferous love to all the ladies." And here we go. He says, "Smile because you are happy, alive, and well. Smile, it will cause a beautiful spell, excuse me." Let me start over there. Smile because you are happy, alive, and well. Smile, it will cause a beautiful spell. In everything you think, say, or do, smile because it looks good on you. Let go part 2.
Good going.
We all have our ups and downs. Don't let it make you wear a frown. Nothing lasts forever. Be positive, never say never. Life is good. Live it the way you feel you should. Yeah. I think he topped last time.
Yeah, he catch him back his win.
Yeah, he catch him back, he swing. You know, I could recommend him to West Indies team now. You know what I mean? I feel, because we're still looking for some good batsmen, and some bowlers. You understand? Visha, which I think is Nadia, or Nadia's daughter. Good evening to you. Blessings.
Good evening, Bisha.
Visha, Anslam, good night. I get blue emojis tonight, blue heart emojis. Yeah. Ansem is me, Nadia. I'm using my daughter's phone. My phone giving trouble. Yeah, boy. We look at we gotta get
Nadia phone.
hey Tommy, you was mentioning you had a Me Too phone. You
Yeah,
ever had a
well,
Me
if I had a Me Too,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember because I've always
No,
had a
you
phone
didn't have a
that
Me Too.
I've
No,
always
no,
had a
no, no.
phone that I got.
If you can't remember if you had a Me Too phone, you're not a Me Too. I remember times in Trinidad I had a Me Too phone, boy.
I mean, just something temporary.
No. People just say, I have a phone like that one, and you say Me Too.
I know that's
So they
what
call
Me.
it a Me Too phone, a Me Too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was
usually,
the smallest kind of little phone.
usually it's
A
a very
little
cheap.
phone. Everybody,
Here's a piece of
yes,
a cheap
it was
phone.
a cheap phone. Takesha was third in the village. Yeah, Takesha. Visha, Nadia, good night. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. We trying for Jesus to cover the whole of Trinidad. Albert, good evening. He says, cover my family and everyone in the village. Yeah. Cover the children. But Montana said, did you read about the C. Robson and Dunacock ministry? That is the reason why you can't. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I saw that. Good evening, Anselm, Diana, and Tommy.
Good evening. Good evening,
Trinidad
Albert.
is not a democratic country. Trinidad is hiding behind the word democratic country, but operates like a autocratic state with a dictatorship. I listened to Dr. Rowley today on I 95.5.
Oh yeah, what was he
Okay.
saying? What was he saying?
I mean, I,
What's your socket teeth? I know he was talking out and saying nothing, right?
yeah. I'm Akira, welcome. We know it's been a while, Akira. Nothing will improve with Dr. Keith Welsh for a meeting with big boys in national security and top policemen.
Yeah.
Over the last 40 years, looking at Trinidad TNT politics, I have not been wrong. Takesha, I believe here, because what happened is that Takesha said she was in since 3 p.m. What happened is that I had put up, Takesha is right, I had put up something before, and then something happened, and then I took it down. And this is the second time that I put it up. So Takesha, you're absolutely correct. The concern in national security is over 40 years now, stage 4.
Hmm. 40 years will
What
be
we,
stage 5. Will be stage 5, Albert, because you think stage 4 it would have
I
been
think,
existing that long.
yeah, I think we passed stage 4 long time. You know what I mean? Victoria, welcome. She said good night, hope all is well.
Good night.
Albert said this morning the Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon on morning marks asked to pray for Trinidad for the injustice and killing which keeps going on. But when Ola Christopher called for prayer, people cuss she left, right, and center.
Right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Nadia said Takesha was first, then me. Yeah, Nadia, you all are absolutely correct. God, I my fault. I couldn't see the other one. I just saw the second one. Yeah. Tommy, I want to get straight to it. And that is the reason why I have the Tobago House of Assembly up, right?
I know. It's really a sad state.
Tommy,
But
Tommy, and I don't see how you could be a Trinbagonian and you sit by and you allow this to happen. Let me say why.
I think Tobago people ought to teach or send a good, strong message on the next general election, just to right this wrong. But when I stop and I think about it, I say, it's just hurt RPNM is feeling from THA elections. That hurt is riveted so deep within them that they can't help themselves at this particular point. But when I think about the situation with Fali and the leaked tape and all of that, I say all of that, it seems obvious, like it was all manufactured. But somebody or some what they call up when they plant somebody and the inside, or that there's a word to describe somebody.
Yeah. In layman terms, is
About a term
yeah.
When you have a plant.
We go find the term. We go find the term as we go along.
Yeah.
No, Tommy, it's interesting, right? Now, I wouldn't deny the audio tape, right? There is an audio tape.
Yes.
There was language on the audio tape, right? But Tommy, what about the corruption that happened before that? I was having a discussion with a friend in our group.
Obviously,
and he's telling me,
to them that doesn't matter, because you have to realize that they have a mission, and the mission is to discredit and if they can possibly criminalize the ones
and demonize
the ones who put a licking
and
in the
discredit.
Yes, because it's
and dismiss and destroy.
That's right. The beating they get is what hurting them so bad. That's why they go to the end of the earth to make sure they discredit and demonize, like we said, and bring down and if possibly destroy and get a new election that they can redo and get it done the way they want it done.
But Tommy, here's my question, right? The corruption happened and it caused the chief administrator to report a person in CAS who was going to be the permanent secretary in the Prime Minister's office in Tobago. That was going to be the Prime Minister's boy.
That was going to be the plant.
That was going to be plant. And eventually that person will ascend to be the chief administrator. Right? That plan went awry because the person who they thought was going to be in that position was suspended for illegal activities.
So the corruption scheme did not work.
But not only that, Tommy, and here comes the TTPS to investigate an audio tape rather to go after the taxpayers' money that was spent and stolen.
No, they're not going to do that. They're going to do what the boss tell them to do. And what the boss wants them to do. What the boss wants them to do is find a reason to get them out, to get the current TPP out.
Why is the people of Trinidad and Tobago allowing one person to corrupt a whole system?
They can't help that. They listen. The corruption is so endemic. The people are literally powerless. The people are powerless. The people.
Nah, Tommy. You telling me the people can't get up and rally and go outside and march and all kind of thing?
It's like the Pied Piper. You could lead them straight to the water and make them drown themselves. Think about it. You know the story of the Pied Piper.
Tommy, think about this, right? We had email gate in Trinidad and Tobago. And the current prime minister went into the parliament and told the parliament there was some sort of murder scheme going on. And everything was fake. And nobody never suffered any consequences for that. Nobody. No one. Right? The same prime minister told the people, we're not closing down Petrotrin. Right? The same prime minister, right, telling the people today that the local government election is based on local government reform when the bill have already been passed in Parliament? Tommy, let me ask you a question. Let's say you and I vote in the upcoming local government election on August the 14th,
Right.
2023. Does our vote change anything with respect to local government reform law that's already been passed?
No, that's what's done is done. Whatever reform they put in place is already in place, and that's that.
So how could something be based on something when something is already done and you have nothing to do with it? And then people buying that hook, line, and sinker, boy. Why is it?
Because we have an unconscious voting public. They're not conscious. They're just not. I don't want to say bright because they go say I'm calling them dumb, but they're just not attentive.
So I hear people defending that this local government election is based on local government reform.
It has nothing. There's no way that vote can affect anything to do with reform. And like we read and the recording we played last session clarified that anybody listening would have known what
we go play it again. We played it. One with Dr. Rowley, right?
Exactly.
Tommy, Mean Gene is saying, Tommy, pure speculation with no facts to back up your narrative.
Pure speculation. Yes. Yeah, yes, it's speculation, but it's just trying to be logical about what's presented and what's in front of me. Is anyone else trying to make a logical analysis?
Let me ask Mean Gene something. Mean Gene, the video happened, some people say, a year ago, right? Let's say it happened a year ago. The corruption that caused a person to be suspended, so therefore, there is a great possibility there is something in that report that caused, I think it's the Public Service Commission, to suspend that person. Correct, Tommy?
Correct.
You can't suspend that person just like that and the union and go jump up and say, no, that person not a state. He was suspended.
Unions are too strong in Trinidad.
Too strong. So there is this is not speculation. We ain't speculating that the person gets suspended. We ain't speculating there's the possibility of corruption because that's why the person was suspended. And that happened years ago because that was under the PNM regime.
And it may be speculation to say that the person is a plant, but it seems to be more truthful than untruth. Just think about it.
So yes, Tommy. So here's my question, Tommy. The TTPS decide that which situation take preference over each other. So they decided, with the help of another person, that I want order to take preference in the audio tape and forget about that corruption that happened under the PNM.
No, but what's even worse, you tend to think that the media would do the right type of reporting and highlight.
What media? What media? What highlight what? What media? Which one?
Okay, WZYE would do it. Okay?
We will do it because we are testicular fortitude. We have Christmas tree in the forest and we went in the forest and put balls on them. We put Christmas balls on them. We did that ourselves. We didn't just let the Christmas tree go with no balls like how some of them have. We went in the forest and put some balls on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my Victoria is saying, I hear what you all are saying, but what Fali did was wrong. When I was a child, my mother always told me that everything I do, there was consequences, whether positive or negative. Okay, Victoria, no problem. What about the consequences for corruption in Trinidad and Tobago? What are the consequences for that, Victoria? What are the consequences? What are the consequences for email gate in Trinidad and Tobago? What are the consequences? What are the consequences for the Prime Minister coming to the people and lying and telling them we're not closing down petrol and he closed petrol? What are the consequences for the Prime Minister coming to the people and lying to the people and telling Wendell Motti was not on a board when he know fully well they wasn't on board? What about the consequences of coming and lying to the people and telling them local government election is based on local government reform when you know for a fact that's not true? How about those consequences?
Let me say something to Victoria.
Yeah.
I am in agreement. There's no right way to do a wrong thing. There's no right way to do a wrong thing. And given that, that's a fact. But has he done something? Yes, there was a discussion, a so-called taped discussion that was taking place. But can you prove that something untoward was done? I don't think so. And I think right now having the police waste their resources, or should I say spend their resources trying to prove something that probably they would never be able to prove, it's all distractions. That's
and Tommy, in order to add to that, they rated, there is, I don't, this is like the Tunton Makut. Is that what they call from in Miami in 80? That's what it was?
Yeah, the Tunton Makut.
There's the Tunton Makut. This is Tunton Makut Trinidad style. Trinidad style. I don't understand, Tommy. You know what, Tommy? We should raid the Prime Minister house to go look where you get them emails from. Huh? If we could raid a person who's considered a Prime Minister house to look for audio, it's audio tapes, It doesn't have to do with money. It doesn't have to do with a penny, And the Trinidad and Tobago police, where we have 300 and something murders, making it a priority to go and raid a THA chief house. Where have we gone in Trinidad and Tobago? Diana, welcome.
Hi. What going on? What happened? What I miss? What the Bajan miss? What the Bajan girl?
We're talking about the fact that the THA is being harassed.
Oh, but you should have expected that. I mean,
that's what I said, Diana. I'm not surprised. Once I saw that, I said I'm not surprised because, as far as I'm concerned, the ass whooping that the PNM got in that THA election, it's hurting them so bad that they would grab at straws to see if they could unseat or destroy the Fali administration or the TPP.
I am surprised in a democracy. In a democracy, this is happening in a democracy.
But it's not.
Once we move to Russia, once we move to China.
It's a hypocrisy. It's not a democracy. It's a hypocrisy.
Come on, Ansel. I mean, like persons say that the whipping they get by the then party with the new party or whatever who's seated now in THA, you gotta expect the man he's frightened, he's holding on, he's grasping, he's afraid to lose power. He seems to be afraid to lose power. So whatever chaos he can cause to hold on, to bring doubt in the voters' mind,
I think he is successful, or he's getting there.
Didn't I tell you he was a very astute politician?
Because when I listen to Victoria's comment that you just read there, Anselm, it tells me that what he's doing is taking root. Because
he's a very astute politician. I said that on the show, right, Ansel? And you agreed with me. He's an extremely do not undermine Dr. Christopher Rowley. He's a very astute individual.
You know what? I have to agree with you because when I think about him bringing down Manning, yes,
he's a very astute. He's not stupid.
If he was able to destroy somebody like Patrick Manning,
he's a very astute individual.
Yes.
Okay, and I've
really and truly, boy, you have people. He just throw things out. For example, look at the next one. And I should call Gary Griffith to it. Tommy, I hear PNM people talking about, oh, only other idea that the Prime Minister come up with about vetting units. That's a great idea. So I said, but wait now, boy. So I sent a man a text and I asked him about vetting units in the TTPS because I know that person go, no. The person said the TTPS have a CID unit and anti-kidnapping unit. That was just two of the units that were example of vetting units within the TTPS. And the person says, oh crap. And you know, people running with that and saying, and internal affairs. If you have an internal affairs department, it's like a vetting department within the police department. Because that's what internal affairs do.
And they even have a cybercrime unit.
Yes. That's another one.
You see, what happens is that people don't seek information. They don't, like I said, it's not that they're not bright. It's just that they don't seek information.
There's too much.
So Tommy, yeah, hold up. Let me quickly go for the break. And when we come back, I'll go read some things for you, yeah? With regards to how, as Diana said, this astute politician just buffle people. And what's the other one, Tommy? What's the other one you said? I said buffle.
Y'all think he's a rockologist, but he's smart as a tack. Don't underestimate him.
Of course. If he, like I said, if he was able to destroy Patrick Manning, that shows that he's sharp.
He's intelligent. Yes, he's a very smart person. I will never say that he's not smart. Absolutely not. But let me read this. Let me read this before we go for the break. Rennie says, every citizen who is fed up knows who they are, whether they deny it or not. Results of this election will show who voting with sense and who voting with nonsense. Yeah? Mean Gene says Wall Street apples and oranges. What? I think mean. All right, Mean Gene. What do you mean? How is it apples and oranges? Right, apples versus oranges. Explain that to us, and then I will say what I have to say. So, folks,
I guess he's talking about red apples versus yellow oranges. Ripe oranges, which are yellow. That's
yeah. Maybe that's what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village to the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. It's Diana, Ansem, Tommy, and you in the village to the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
People of Trinidad and Tobago, you see these lying politicians? It's a disease.
The government is not closing down Petrotrin.
It's a disease.
I heard a UNC minister, I think it was the famous Prakash Ramadan, telling people that the PNM will bring back the dreaded property tax. Let me make it abundantly clear. The property tax has already been dealt with. So for anybody in the government now to be telling the population that this PNM coming into office will bring back that tax is the highest level of dishonesty.
It's a disease. I'm a politician. Lying politicians. I'm a politician. It's a disease.
I like that. You have to play that more often. Mean Gene, you see that?
Mean Gene, you see that? That's apples. That's apples in the market on the highway versus apples on the market on George Street. It's just a different price. You got a different price. How about that, Mean Gene? What about that? Huh? But wait. There's more. let me see if we could resurrect moving Augustus Patrick Manning.
Is not prepared to, that is what it was. We just were not prepared to accept that. And Mr. Speaker, you don't know the trouble I see. You don't know the trouble I see. I have had to live with that for 12 years. When you can't have your way, and when he cannot have his way, Mr. Speaker, his method is to bully. That's what it is. His method is to bully you. That is what I fought against. That is why his anthem was terminated. Mr. Speaker, we do not tolerate bullying in the secondary school system. We're not tolerating bullying in the cabinet. We're not tolerating it. And if the member for Diego Martin West wishes a cabinet in which bullying is the order of the day, he's going to have to form that cabinet himself. It ain't going to happen in this one. It's not going to happen. He must learn to behave. I don't know if the member realizes it. I don't think the member realizes it. That when you carry on with hate that you have, it impairs your judgment. It impairs your judgment. That is what it does. And therefore your prescriptions are not straight.
Did she assure you of her innocence?
What do you think she told me? What we talked about? Her guilt? Are you implying that she told me yes, she was guilty of taking public money? I told her yes, is that what you're saying? Are you implying that she told me about her guilt and I covered it up? I am asking you a question. That question you just asked me, whether she pled her innocence, are you implying that she did otherwise and I covered it up?
So we know why we are where we are, and Fali has to be aware that he cannot overpower a bully.
So,
but that who created that? Who created the bully? You see, you know what? I'm so fed up with Trinidad. You see the workers in Trinidad that don't have the chutzpah to stand up and to this man, because why? They have a work, right? They have a work and they party in power. That is what's going to happen. He's going to sail clear and do whatever he wants because he has the silent consent. Let me finish answering, please. He has the silent consent of those gainfully employed by the government of Trinidad and Tobago.
Go ahead. We have Dede. Anslim?
I think her internet. Yeah, you hear me?
No, I said what I had to say. Yeah, we have the silent consent of the government employees by the government of Trinidad to allow him to persist. That is what's happening. They're not standing. They didn't want to stand up with Roger and March, and they take a measly 4%. Everybody frightened. Everybody frightened. So you know what? That's what you get. You create that. What you call him? What thing call him? That's what you create. Nobody wants to stand up to him in unison and tell him, no, we're not taking this. We're not having this. Now, if they stood up in force and let him know, hey, you can't, the prisons can't be guarded. Nobody ain't working at the airport. Ain't nobody working at the port. No, and they send a resounding message, he go calm down. But nobody ain't doing it because everybody frightened. They're frightened. They're frightened.
I had to pay for a Prado, you know.
They're frightened. Everybody frightened. You think the Honorable Mia Motley could try to do that in Barbados? You think she could try something so? They'll shut down the place.
You know what Tommy said? You had to pay for a Prado.
I had to send my child to school. My child going to school all the way.
You had to send your child to school. Your child going to private.
Everybody frightened. That's what I said. But I noticed Swim Call decide to do something with the thing there. And the thing, and my man said, I only hope it's not an election gimmick. They said they want to close down the dump wherever within the next 4 years or whatever. I said, look at them now, They're waving trinket. The workers in Trinidad and Tobago need to put their foot down and say, we're not taking this. And you will see how fast he will put his tail between his leg and start. Yeah, but everybody frightened. Oh, I have a walk. I have a big walk. I don't want to lose my work. But meanwhile, your neighbor catching the tail. 2 streets over, this person is not faring well. A village over, they're not doing well. 10 villages over, they're going into other villages and committing crime. And that's all it sanctioning too. They don't have the balls to stand up and say for nothing.
We like
Nothing.
it so.
They like it so. So everybody gonna run through them.
What we gonna do, girl? What we gonna do?
Like I said, it needs unison. Standing up against the bullying in unison. The reporters, when they go there to ask questions, everybody, they're not asking the pertinent question. And they look, they wanna, they're frightened, and their boots and they trembling. And then when somebody do stand, then somebody do something, they get severed. And nobody is standing up because this one anchor gets severed. What is going on?
Not me.
Everybody frightened.
I don't want them to victimize me. Not me.
Well, yeah. What you call it frightened so about? Please.
Yeah. Victoria
Please.
says, yes, Ansem. No. Listen how Victoria wrote this, right? Listen, Victoria very intelligent. Listen how she wrote this. She says, yes, Ansem. If Dr. Rowley did wrong, he should have stand the consequences if it was up to the people, and it's sad, but there is a God. If Victoria, email gate was fake, not if. They already said it was fake. It's not if.
And you played all the lies.
All the lies that it came with, correct, Tony?
It's okay to lie. It's okay to lie. To say that you're not doing this and you're not doing that, and you do exactly what you say.
As a matter of fact, hold on. Listen to this.
Ask about things that I hadn't thought of, or that the government hadn't thought of. All the opportunities were available. And I'm coming to Mr. Amarno because wait, I want to talk to you. You up front when I was speaking, and I said, and I'm keen to understand it. You tell me what you asked or what you would have asked that we didn't answer or couldn't have answered at all the occasions that you had. No, just tell me. I'm keen to hear.
I appointed Mr. Motley, Balgobin, and another person in the initial stage where you gave a guideline to the country. But these are the people going to help you to draft and make a way forward for Sandals. Yeah?
No, sir. Please. No, sir. No, sir. Your record wrong. Mr. Motley was only invited to work with this government on the issue of gas. Gas, in dealing with the gas companies, in dealing with the gas master plan. That's where Mr. Motley had absolutely nothing to do with Sandals. So whatever note you have, they take it up.
I'm not taking it up because I'll send you the evidential proof. Because I have it.
Well, if you have it,
I'll send it for you because we deal with the truth.
Mr. Amar, I am head of this government. I brought Mr. Motley in and begged him to come and help with the gas problem. And he chaired a committee of the cabinet subcommittee of energy, and the committee did, but he was never involved with Sandals.
We'll get the information and say, let's not debate that because that don't make no sense.
Wanting that label in Tobago and be working on it. So to further this today, the cabinet agreed to appoint a team of people, and we are grateful that they've agreed to serve those who have already been informed. And that team is to be headed by Mr. Wendell Motley, to include Mr. Terence Farrell, who is the chairman of the Economic Advisory Board, Dr. Ralph Balgobin, Mr. Michael Small, a small hotelier in Tobago, Mr. Glenn Leslie, a small farmer in Tobago, Mrs. Nadira Lyda, who is head of the Public-Private Partnership in the Ministry of Finance, and 2 reps to be named by the Tobago House of Assembly. And this group will be the one that will do the negotiations for what is to happen with respect to this project that we are pursuing for Sandals in Tobago.
Things that make you go,
Exactly. From his lips to God's. But yet he's not in it.
Victoria, what about that, Victoria? I don't like to come with innuendos and making it up, and I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. And Mean Gene, what about that too, Mean Gene? How about that? The man is a pathetic liar.
But
He's an astute politician.
what's more
He's an
painful,
astute liar.
what's more painful is that all the people in the population are asleep at the wheel. Because
Sleep
all
at
of
the
them,
wheel.
all of
You
them,
sleep.
you're giving them the facts, you're laying it out to them, and they're still denying it.
And they don't
Because
want to hear.
everybody's afraid to lose their work.
And they're denying it.
Except he. He ain't
Hold up,
afraid
hold
to
up.
lose the work of prime minister.
Listen
Right?
to this.
Everybody, they're afraid to lose their work. They're
I
not.
could speak about one of them who over and over tells the country at press conferences every 2 or 3 days that they will support nothing that the government brings to the parliament because they have some kind of grouse. Take an oath of office to look after the people's interests without fear or favor, malice or ill will, but going out there and telling the media every Monday morning they will support nothing that the government brings here. And that is true. We will not cooperate with the government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. We will isolate them for as long as they're in office until they leave office. The following bills came to this House, and the position of the UNC as the country's opposition, where these bills are required to be put into law for the good order and the interest and the benefit of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, wouldn't support it. Most. But because of the responsibility I have accepted, my job is to annoy the Prime Minister.
They created that person.
And
So they have to live
we are
with
not
it.
making up anything. We are not making up anything. All of you in the chat.
Yeah, we're not good at making up stuff. You know? I know. And here is Mean Gene again. Here is Mean Gene. Do you know the law surrounding the use of public funds or even the plan intended use?
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, Mean Gene. Mean Gene, tell us the laws. Mean Gene, do you know what should happen when a person who is considered to be in a high position get caught with his hand in the cookie jar and had to be suspended from his job? Suspended, you know. Fali didn't get suspended. Zurisha Hackett didn't get suspended. He was suspended, and his suspension was less important than an audio tape. That the TPS going after an audio tape, you know. You know, what we have come to in Trinidad and Tobago, boy.
That is a Putin move there, boy. That is a communist move.
And Mean Gene want to come talk about, do you
Yeah,
know the laws
boy.
of the use of public funds or even
That's a
planned in?
We threading in shaky waters here. Shaky waters here. So why we don't go? Why nobody can go freedom of information and find out about the merit list for the police thing, the whole fiasco? Nobody can do freedom of information and go. What really went on? They want to the lists. What went on?
Listen, the Balize plan has taken root and it's growing very nicely. And the Balize plan will get accomplished whatever the mission is.
What went on there, Ansel? Huh? But what went on with the merit list? Nobody interested?
Nah, that's the next one. That's the next one, Diana. Thanks. That's the next one. A man go and have the merit list with, and he ain't suffer no consequences.
None.
Victoria. Nothing, Victoria. The man break the law. He acknowledged he break the law, you know, and nothing happened. Nothing.
Aslam,
not one word.
Aslam, guess what? And we are all in danger out here because at any time we can be kidnapped and brought to Trinidad and they can do whatever the heck they want with us because
correct is right.
At the end of the day,
and nothing happens.
And because guess what? The one who's supposed to know about it don't know. He don't know a thing. Yet there are no consequences.
Tommy, exactly the point I was going to make. So Tommy, you're the head of the National Security Council, and you don't know that they're going to raid all them people's house.
And he didn't know, and they don't know that they went and kidnapped the fella from Barbados.
Correct. He didn't know that. He know nothing. But why you Prime Minister then and you don't know? Did the Minister of Security know? But Tommy, Trinidad and Tobago is not a democracy anymore. It is not a real place. It is not a representative democracy. When you could go and raid a person who is the chief, could be considered the prime minister of Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Olia. Okay, I know that. But this is the highest person in Tobago. They raided his house.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Like I said before, the plan has to take root, because if he gets entrenched in Tobago the way he seems to be going, and he is able to amass east and west seat, it's gonna be
over for them.
That's gonna
it's
be
over.
That's gonna be the determining factor as to who runs Trinidad and Tobago, because the authority that TPP is gonna have, they don't want that, so they have to stop it before it grows. They have to kill it before.
And Tommy,
and people
Victoria says, Tommy. Go ahead, Tommy.
And the people of Trinidad and Tobago have to realize what's going on. They have to have the sense of, or should I say, the power of discernment to do the analysis and see for themselves what is going on.
And that is the problem. You see, I had did something on the show. I don't like to call his name, Botha. But he said, when you give black people power, they undermine each other, they loot the treasury, they do all kind of things besides what they're supposed to do. And at the end of my thing, I asked, has he been proven wrong in Trinidad and Tobago? Tell me if he's been proven wrong. It's too much. This is why we as African people, we can't get nowhere. We cannot get anywhere. Look the statement now this young lady Morris make with the line, undermining coming from right under Farley. You see why we can't get nowhere in life? I keep saying it. When Harriet Tubman and people were trying to bring us out of slavery, you had your own black people. Don't follow she gonna carry in the water and drown you. This is what's going on here now. We have they're able to infiltrate the black people in their mind, the African people, and they're not thinking straight. They're not thinking straight.
Yes,
you understand me?
Yes, the man is coming from right under Farley, because those are plants. Those are mold. That's what you call them, a mold.
Yep.
They have a mold in the midst, and and the mold.
There's somebody in there because
that's why Farley's going through what he's going through, because there are moles in the midst who are working for the Balizé, and at any cost they would try to bring the Balizé back up on the Tobago map and
the only way they're doing it is with underhand. They're not doing it with up over the board. Let me answer. I'm gonna ask Miss Morris a question. Why don't they call general election now? Why don't they call if he's so confident, right? Call general election now. Forget it local. Call general.
Well, guess what? I mean, we know when it's due. So we're not even gonna go there right now. They could take the time to. I wish they would take the time and do it when it gets done, so that Farley and his crew could have enough time to put things in place to make sure that they control Tobago in the general election also. I don't want them to do that now. Just for the mere reason that Farley don't have things lined up properly for a general election in Tobago. That's just my opinion, my humble opinion. But
over into the trucks, the big trucks, because the dogs can't get up into those very big tall trucks. They don't. Well, I know a number, and I'll have a chat with you. Subsequently. I'll have a chat with you afterwards about it, because I know they spend some time training dogs. So I'll have a chat with you. See,
over 28 years I work with these dogs.
So I know
when I left the service, I was an instructor. I was training instructors. So I know. But there are lots of things that they bypass. They don't look in. The important thing is the dog. Not you implement it and say, well, or bring out the vetoes on the port and bring it. It is going to affect the dog. Because you cannot stay by exhaust of a veto for too long. So imagine what the dog going to do. So somebody up there is either doing something to affect the dogs that they can't find their thing.
All right. Fair enough. I'll look
Something like that going on.
I'll look into the suggestion. Secretary James, I don't know where Bamboo Gully is. I mean, I know of plenty Bamboo Gully, but I don't know of this Bamboo Gully that he talking about. I don't know if you know the area. So let Secretary James probably help us out there.
My voice is going, or it's coming back. But before the rains last year, the engineers actually walked from the highway at Light and Life up to the back by Armstrong, came out behind Cost Cutters, and went up to Bamboo Gully to investigate whether we could actually cross the highway with a new road and come all the way up and connect back to the Wim Road at that point. If we are to do that, then that drain water caused by Bamboo Gully would have been fixed. Unfortunately, since the rains, we've been juggling resources, and Bamboo Gully is just, we have I think just YEs over the road, and to put the amount of money to build a bridge there, basically for one person who I don't think is living there now, we felt we'd put the resources somewhere else. But we're looking at it because the road also seems to be breaking there as well. So one of the projects that we were looking at to see how we could assign some resources over there. It is one of the projects that we're looking at to see how we could assign resources, because the main road as well is also failing. If you pass there, you see the crack in the road already. So it's something we're looking at.
All right. So probably take about three and then we respond. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to the Chief Secretary, Mr. Bali, Assistant Secretary, Mrs. Chambers. Also, my Chambers, is that I got the wrong name? Okay, I was looking at the program. Dr. Israel. Sorry. And I also want to say hello to Mr. Kerr, my co-worker from Rockville Secondary School. I see that you're surrounding yourself with some great people, Mr. Bali. My name is Ronald Rodney, and I live in Wim. I have a petition signed here with about 33 people who are seeking some kind of assistance or some help with some lights and some roads behind Wim Anglican School in Marys Hill. We went to Tech and they promised us to give us some lights. And after a while, they told us that we have to pay $134,000. And the road, we ourselves, the community, we took up money and we.
Are we there? I'm not hearing you answer.
Okay, sorry. What we do, I just pause that there for now. And what we do, if there anything good chattering comes up, like respect for the rating of the teacher chief's house, and the other individuals, we could come back to that. But I also wanted, Tommy, before we went to that, that's a meeting that's currently going on right now. Victoria says, Tommy, I'm not taking sides, but looking at things objectively. If the people want to sidetrack, what can I say? The undermining is coming right under Fali.
Yep.
I don't know how.
Because in the midst there will be mole. They would plant a mole right in the midst, and he would know who the mole is, and they would undermine and do their best to work for whoever is paying them.
But Tommy, I totally disagree with that. I believe that the undermining is coming from central government.
Well, that's what I'm
My
implying.
belief.
That's what I'm implying.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. You told me. Well, because Victoria is saying someone from the inside of the THA right in there, but I am saying that the undermining is coming from the head in central government, and
Look,
the buck stops with
I
the prime
agree.
minister.
I agree, and that's what I was trying to say. But I'm saying that he would be able to get someone in there who's working in his interest.
Okay. So that's what I meant. Yeah, I didn't. I tend to be a little more straightforward.
Because when I say a
So to
mole,
me,
that's what a mole would be doing. A mole would be working for the enemy.
correct. But I'm saying that what I'm saying is that this coming from the top. This not coming from no secondary person or no little fly by night person. This coming from the Tobago.
Yes, I fully agree.
And I
Like I
make
said,
no qualms about saying that.
listen,
You know why?
like I agree with you, and the reason why I say what I said before, that whipping that they got from the THA election, that's gonna hurt forever. That pain doesn't go away because as time passes.
Trinidad. I never, I always used to hear by the way and a conversation, but I never, followed up and got engaged. I didn't know politics it was just nasty in Trinidad. It's low down, it's vicious, it's
In small environments, it's even worse
boy.
in larger
Toxic. It's toxic there in Trinidad. I mean, you can't get benefits because if you speak out about a trouble you're having, you're speaking out about the incumbent, so you're not getting your NIS, or you're not getting the poverty grant, or you're not getting the food card, or whatever you're entitled to. And that shouldn't be. If you're trying to emigrate, you're not going to get a visa. They have hand inside there too. I'm like, what madness is going on? You should have a right to say, well, hey, I entitled to a food card. Give me my food card. Once you vet me and you do whatever. And why? And if something bothering me, I should be able to speak. But no, you can't say nothing down there because they're gonna victimize you. Victimize you. You can't get a work. You can't. It's horrible. And I don't know how people sit down there and take that and live like that. It's horrible in Trinidad, man. And when you say things, oh, you're bad talking the country. Well, fix all of these ills then. So I wouldn't have to say nothing negative. And what is this I hear about of a school book drive and you had to say why it is you got to get $1,000 grant for books? What is going on? Expound on it for me, Takesha. Huh? And see Dolly Gasby come on and say, what? Government schools, they ain't gotta what pay no fee. So give back the people the money that they paid then. Jesus Lord.
That's a Kizell Jackson initiative. That's a Kizell Jackson initiative, $1,000.
Oh, and they have to say why they deserve the $1,000. Come on, Kizell. If you gain the $1,000, give it. Please. Why it deserve?
You go call she and ask about it.
Why they deserve? When I decide to do things for people, I don't ask them why they deserve. Come on.
Yeah. The truth be told, there are a lot of comfortable people, and there are a lot of people who need.
Yeah, the gap between the have and the have-nots is very, 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 very wide. I see an opportunity to become what they call it down the prison warden, or they call it what? Prison officer. I can imagine the line, the amount of young people going for that. For how many hundreds of position, I guess. Oh man. But the people who have the jobs and the people who have the work, they're not coming together for the betterment. All of them frightened to lose their work. And that's what's going on there. Dr. Rowley is riding that wave because he knows they're not going to get up and stand up because he'll know who they are. And, Bacchanal. They can send Bacchanal there where everybody frightened. All they need Uriah Buzz Butler again down there.
No, they don't need butler. They need somebody new with a new perspective.
Well, not new perspective, but you need somebody with his spirit, his mentality.
That
Everybody,
wouldn't work in these times.
it wouldn't work in these times. But the people they have it, nobody ain't seem to want to get up. So maybe you need to go back to the old ways to shake them up.
You see, going back is not an option. It would never
I
be
ain't
an
talking
option.
about going back, Tommy. I'm talking about somebody with his chutzpah. That's what I'm talking to. At least stand up. That's what I'm saying. If somebody, everybody's afraid to get up. Somebody with his chutzpah to stand up against the establishment. And
I'm sure there are many with this chutzpah.
I often say, I wish I was living in Trinidad now. I would be number one. I don't care. I'd be out there. I would be standing up for them. Come on, let's go. Stand up against the establishment. You don't do it, ain't nothing gonna get fixed. It's not gonna get fixed.
Diana,
I talk to them. What?
I agree that somebody needs to take the lead. The only thing is that you could very well be taking the lead by yourself.
Tommy, and you see, people like you that in the ranks, that is why they don't go nowhere. You're trying to tell you'll take the lead by yourself. That is what's happening there.
I'm telling you
that everybody frightened. Everybody frightened. Always a bunch of coward people there. They're frightened.
I'm telling you what I know about.
But so why is it so then? Why is it like that? Yet there are a whole lot of people suffering. Somebody decides to stand up, but the person will take the lead by themselves. Why?
Because the masses are divided. They are divided. No matter how you
please.
No matter how you
it's not they're divided and they're frightened. They're poor. Like that thing Anselm does play. They're frightened. Everybody frightened. And exactly what you say there. You might be doing it by yourself. Well, I go stand up by myself then. I go in on the Hall of Justice step and stand up by myself. I will do it. Some of them just want to take a plane ride and go down there, you know. I just get fed up. Here, my people suffering. Women can't find the money to buy the booklets. They're frightened to walk the street. I'm fed up with that. People drinking canal water. Huh? You telling me this? In 2023? People drinking canal water? And I mean, you are comfortable with your neighboring constituency drinking canal water?
So Takesha says, what are these councillors' roles and function in this country? Sometimes I just say it's free money. These people getting because they can't help you do nothing, help you or do nothing for the communities. Victoria says, oh God, I will keep my pressure low. Rennie Mohammed says, this local election should have been general election. You know? Takesha said exactly, Rennie. And Victoria answer to Rennie was, I'm sure it will not make a difference. Oh God.
Canal water they're drinking, and in that constituency, that deposit they vote in your bank ritually, and you are then drinking canal water, and they're good with that, and all they're good with that, huh? All right then, I'm waiting to see the local and the general, and he come to get all the tutu water and good for all they like it so. Canal water in 2023, and all they comfortable with that. You're comfortable with that.
All I have to say to Victoria is that general election is going to be very, very important to Tobago. Tobago is going to be the one who's going to be holding the trump card to determine what happens after the next general election. And Tobago, they better get it right. Once they get it right, Trinidad will be all right.
Once they get it right, Trinidad will be all right. Trinidad, please. They need to wake up. Wake up.
Tobago holds the key right now.
And that's we going out to offset the whole thing.
They know. Huh? He knows. That's why he's making sure he upsets the apple cart. So the people in Tobago have to hold steadfast and be aware. And don't be moved. Don't be fooled into running back into the Balizé, because they're gonna get bitten.
You
I think Rennie made a good statement and asked a question. Trini, people have too much patience, or is it they just take what is given to us?
Them is a bunch of cowards. They're not. They Lord, you imagine you coming, I drinking canal water, and you want me to vote for you? How that working? How is that? And they have constituency where they have water for 3 months. What part that was? Yeah, maybe the tongue that was it part of Diego Martin or Belmont? I don't remember. But it was a PNM stronghold. 3 months all they have water. And all they good with that. And I hear when you don't get the water, they still have to pay the bill. They still have to pay the bill. Because if they don't pay the bill, they're disconnecting. And to reconnect is a whole long process. You ever find something wrong with that, Ansel?
I mean, if the people comfortable with that,
huh?
Getting water, we
You
was
ain't gave me
comfortable.
no water for 3 months? And I go vote, I go put my finger in the ink for you? Huh?
Well,
Look,
we was comfortable
nah.
once a day. We was comfortable getting water once a day. And when water gone, we just say water gone, and we check
water
half
gone,
night.
water 3 months? Huh? Nah. Only need to wake up, man. That why they look. Nah.
More than 3 months. So Keisha said, ask most of them what their MP and
They
their
don't
councillor.
know. They don't know nothing.
So Diana, Victoria says, Diana, you are so right. The people of this country have no testicular foot. We said that.
None. A bunch of coward. All they good to is wine and jam. The building could fall down, or they jamming still. Nobody. When I saw Roger went and he started, I said, let me see people go behind him. Not, oh God, if you get 100 people are lying. Huh? 4%. That all it settled for? 4%? Huh? And you see, look, Trinidadians, that's why I say I'm a Bajan here. I'm not foolish and you can't come and ram nothing in my face. And I will walk away from a situation that ain't good for me, eh? And I will skin you one side. Wanna need to stand up. All I wanna need to stand up like you go when you go into a car, a fete, a stinking dirty fete, and send a message. But no, everybody fighting. Hey, I fight, not me now. Like Tommy said, you'll probably stand up by yourself. Well, they're going to ram it down their throat forever.
When he says sometimes it seems that TNT is being punished for something. You know? Funny welcome. Send that tape past the Google.
The punishment is self-inflicted.
Yeah. My clock just dropped off the wall. I wonder if that's a sign. Why? Yep. Time for this to stop now.
Look, Tikisha says, let me call
Giselle
Jackson. But before we go to that, look, watch out. Trinidad and Tobago is different party, right? Same ideas. Listen to this one. Daryl Smith, who represents TNT in the US and Canada. Remember Daryl Smith?
Yeah. That was only Minister Sports at home.
Right. No, I don't want to hear nobody talk about Annie Roberts and live sport. I don't want to hear no PNM people talk about Annie Roberts and live sport. Right? The Prime Minister took that off the table. If you're going to be fair, I know what's $400 million, right? But it's the same type of behavior. Now, if you could bring back Daryl Smith, right? How is that any different? Eh? What is the difference?
Listen.
Help me out, Tommy.
But what I tell you, the people sleeping.
And listen, and not only that, but the man coming to the USA, he coming to live nice off of taxpayers' money. Let me read it for you. Headline. Today, Daryl Smith to represent TNT in the US and Canada. Former Sports Minister Daryl Smith whose Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, said he fired in 2018 for interfering improperly in the public service, was yesterday appointed as commercial officer for the Trade Ministry. Trinidad is a real place? Trinidad is a real place? Trinidad is a real... Look. Oh, look.
Yeah, listen. Look, that's a sentence and you get there.
A sentencing, correct is right, to go and use taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
Exile him.
Watch, look.
This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC, is one set of dotishness to Mama Kai, you and me.
I never
coming back under the PNM and any deals that was done by the UNC. What's the difference?
Same difference.
What's the difference? Oh, let's help me now. Help me. What is the difference? Let me continue to read. Listen to this. And them Trinidadians saying down there, and they're going to the stink and dirty fed, and they're going to the pride, and they're just loving it because it's my party. Listen to this. Smith yesterday met with former cabinet colleague, Trade Minister Paula Gopi-Spoon, as he and 4 other commercial officers and commercial attaches were appointed to represent Trinidad and Tobago in the international trade and investment arena. Their main responsibilities would be develop overseas market and boost exports to key strategic trading partners, a release from the Trade Ministry stated yesterday. Apart from Smith, the commercial officers are Vincent Ramlochan, who will be based in Panama, and Adana Taylor in the United Kingdom, responsible for Europe. During a public meeting in July 2020, Rowley disclosed the real reason he fired Smith from the cabinet in 2018. Rowley said the dismissal had nothing to do with sexual harassment, but because Smith interfered with the proper process of the public service, resulting in a financial cost to taxpayers. Right? You cost money to taxpayers, you go and sit down on the corner like a little jack corner, and we go bring you back when things settle down.
Are we gonna pay you?
Correct. And we're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna pay your taxpayers money that you cost taxpayers. So you're causing taxpayers twice, eh? You caused them when you was Minister of Sports, and now you get a position in the US and you're causing the taxpayers more money. And them taxpayers just sitting down there and taking that.
Yeah.
Look.
Nobody ain't questioning nothing.
Look.
But they want that, but they gone and they want to raid Farley House, right?
Yeah, they want to raid. They want to worry about all the dollars lost in corruption with them contractors and them get them shoddy job, right? They ain't do what they're supposed to do. They sign the contract and say they do it, and they ain't do it, and they ain't going after them fellas and them. Well, Trinidad is not a real place. Trinidad is not a real place. Trinidad is not a real place.
But you know what I noticed too, Anselm? Anytime a person seems to want to operate with a sense of transparency, they're challenged. Let's go back to, hey, all it is jump on me, eh? Let's go back to GG. He was trying his best, whatever. Gary used to preach it here, back all the time, what he was trying to do. Now we see all kind of thing coming out now, eh? Now we see what he was up against. Now we see. Now we go yet. The Farley operates with a sense of transparency. They're threatened by that too. Too much thing to hide, huh? Is it?
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Gazelle Jackson.
Oops.
Hello. Hello, Miss Jackson. Mrs. Jackson.
I am hearing you. Good evening.
Yes, you are live on WZYE 95.9 FM in New Jersey. How are you doing?
I am always blessed. And how are you?
We are fantastic, fantabulous, splendiferous, and marvelicious. We also have with us Tommy on the program as well, and Diana.
Good evening, Ms. Jackson.
Good evening to all of you.
Good evening, Miss Jackson.
So,
Good evening.
so Ms. Jackson, we were just trying to get some information with regards to the program that you are having for the $1,000. What do you call it? A voucher?
It's really a book card. So I try to digitize the system to the digital card, just like how you have a credit card, a debit card. It is preloaded with $1,000, and I'm giving out that to 3,000 single parents that are in abject poverty. So not everyone can have a card, but I'm just targeting single parents that are in abject poverty in Trinidad and Tobago.
What is the criteria in order to get the 1,000 card? What's the $1,000 card? What are the criteria?
Persons that are living in abject poverty. Abject poverty are those below the poverty line. So, but remember, I have been on the ground for years, so I know I have a good idea in terms of our feasibility study and our means test as to those persons that are in need. But just to give other persons chances as well, I still sent out a team into 180 communities so that we can really pull together the persons that are in dire need of assistance, that have children but do not have the means to afford these textbooks. These textbooks are textbook mafia that is taking place in Trinidad. Every year these textbooks are revised. But remember, I am a former educator, a lecturer at UWI, a former principal and guidance counselor. So I understand the educational system, but we...
She's gone. Can you hear her answer?
I think he's frozen. He's
Are you
frozen.
hearing her?
Okay.
No,
Yes,
we're not
I'm
hearing
hearing you.
her.
No, she's hearing me. You guys hearing her too?
No, we're not hearing her.
So
I'm hearing her now.
Okay. So Miss Jackson, one question people are asking, right? There is no cost. All you have to do is to qualify based on living below the poverty line, and you're a single parent, and you are able to qualify, and that's the main criteria.
That's it.
But there might be parents, homes with both parents, and they're still below the poverty line. How do you treat with that?
That's why we have persons on the field, sir. So I have field officers. There's 180 communities, and every community have 10 field officers. So we will cover, because there are people who bad beg. There are people who try to beat a system. And I appeal to those people as well to have a heart, because there are persons who really cannot afford. So we try, there may be one or two that will get through the system. It won't be 100% foolproof. But again, we try to see how best we can reach those that are in desperate need of the assistance.
So the budget for this is like $300,000. Is $1,000 and $300?
No, the budget for this is $3.2 million. 3,000 multiplied by 1,000, you'll get 3 million.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the cost of the hardware in terms of these portals to digitize the system. We are still very much retarded in Trinidad. Still draconian and archaic. That digitization, like, it has not hit us yet. So in order to get this system really operating, that the bookstores do not engage in mafia, I doubt that they would, but just to have a level of transparency on the back end, that we can see that these people actually got these books in terms of the value of these cards, we had to put a system in place, sir.
So will people be able to apply online, or they have to go to our office, or is it you go into the people's house? How will the people be actually get to be part of it?
The field officers will bring in some names, but I kept my social media platform is always open. So I told persons follow me on all my different platforms and send requests, because I have an administrative team. It's not a large team for administrative, because most of them on the field, that they will check and see the requests on social media as well, those that have the internet access, and those that don't, that know someone that is in need of it, they can also make a recommendation.
And when is this program going to start?
It starts as early as next week.
As early as
so
next week.
there's a general media launch on the 27th of this month. And the 27th, ironically, remember that was the day of the coup. So on the 28th, the rollout of the digital card begins.
Okay. I mean, you know, I think it sounds like a fantabulous initiative.
Okay.
But you know,
But this is not a new initiative. There's a person who don't understand. I mean, with the scandal, people are just probably on my program a little more, on my social media a little more. So it gets a little more awareness. But this program I have been running for the last 15 years. I had my own secondary school, and I understand the need and the importance of the tools. So having availability of education without accessibility of tools is a defeat in the purpose in the system.
So, Ms. Jackson, have you partnered with any other companies in Trinidad?
No, I have not. All my philanthropical initiatives come through my pocket through the excess of my profits and my other businesses.
So what is it? What?
I want. Right, Tommy.
So what is the information? How do we get to participate in the initiative?
In what capacity? That you want to first extend more than 3,000 to 5,000 cards? You're welcome that we could request more than what we are catering for.
To donate or whatever, you know.
So if you wish to donate, you can send a correspondence to my email info@kizeljackson.com. If you desire to do more, that is no problem. I will welcome it because we have more requests than the 3,000 cards, right? And then from there, I will give you the information if you so desire to do so.
Ms. Jackson, some people may ask if this is the continuous launch of your political party.
Well, then I would tell them this is the continuous ongoing work of my humanitarian initiative. For the last 15 years, I've been doing that. 15 years prior to now, I had no interest in politics. But yes, am I out of the political arena? No, I would not say so.
Okay, like you went into my brain and take that question, but I was going to ask you that question. You
know? our energy well matched, so that's good.
I was gonna say we ain't seen Kizel doing no political things.
No, I don't. Right now, I'm not talking anything politics because I'm not going to try to skew any political decision at this moment, right? Let fair games play out because I understand what is happening. I am on the ground. I am not yet ready because local government is defunct in Trinidad and Tobago. I had no desire to partake in local government from the very inception because we need local government reform. They are what I call barkless, toothless dogs. And until central government can give power to local government, that it can have a level of real autonomy to make certain decisions and to distribute the wealth into these communities, then local government will make sense. How can this truly be done? This can only be done with legislative changes in Trinidad and Tobago.
But Ms. Jackson, you know, you say you wasn't going to talk about politics, but then you open up my antenna because it is my philosophy and my belief that this local government election has nothing to do with local government reform because the law has already been passed in Parliament. All the Prime Minister and the Cabinet have to do is assent it to the President in order for her to sign it into law. And the only thing they did was to deal with two parts of it, Parts 11 and Part 12, which had to do with extending the alderman and the mayor's time, which they actually went to the Privy Council and they lost. So this when I hear people talking about this local government elections, local government reform, that to me that's a big lie. That's a lie.
Correct. That's what I tell you. We need listener. We need a lot. There's a lot to do. But to whom, if God is in it, if God give you the appointed, He'll give you the anointed. And if I am the person to take Trinidad forward, if He has faith in me, and if God will it, I will become the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in 2025. You'll remember this conversation.
Boy. Miss Kizelle Jackson making an announcement on WZYE 95.9 FM, boy, live on direct. But Miss Jackson, how you gonna do that? Because you have to start your party. You have to run in 41 constituencies. You have to run in Tobago. You know, you have to get all these candidates. You have to put your party out into the public sphere. How you gonna do that in 2 years?
2 years, 2 years is over 700 days, sir. Ask me what I have done in 7 weeks. So at this moment, my party name has been approved.
What's the name of the
very
party?
soon you will hear about the launch. I will tell you after everything is completed.
Well, give me one initial. Give us one initial. Give us one letter. One letter in the party. One letter. A.
Yes.
Like the first or the last, first, second, or third one.
Probably the NTA.
So let me ask you a question before you go, right? When you officially launch your party, are you going to do like other parties and go and merge with other parties, or are you in this by yourself, or you are going to eventually
I am
merge?
not. Listen, we have recycled politicians in Trinidad and Tobago. Desire. And I was given many offers there, by the way, from the different political parties that asked to make some kind of mergers to come and join. I don't know if they thought that my political ideology would have changed because of the bacchanal, but that did not change. My political ideology remains the same, and what I am fighting for is a level of equity, a level of social equity and social justice for the working class and the proletariat in Trinidad and Tobago.
But you know,
and until then, remember, I've always been on the ground fighting for this. Prior to politics, I'm fighting for this. I was on television educating Trinidad and Tobago for the last 3 years for free, fighting for this. I've been in these communities doing food banks, fighting for this. I've always been fighting for this, but I recognize that the fight that I'm fighting needs to be a much higher fight, that I can make changes within the government of Trinidad and Tobago, rather than us fighting for social causes.
So, Ms. Jackson, just before you go, right? I think in Trinidad and Tobago, we have heard many politicians give us many promises. And as soon as they get into government, right, many of them forget the promises that have made to the people, especially the people in the poor, disadvantaged areas of Trinidad and Tobago. I grew up in Chumaka, Claventel. I'm from Chumaka, Claventel. So I understand.
I remember.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand exactly what you are saying, and I understand the question. Would that change after I become Prime Minister? I will tell you, go study what happens after. Our real question: what is the criteria for one to become a politician in Trinidad and Tobago? That's the very first question that you have to ask. And look at their resume. When I say their track record, what have they been doing before politics in Trinidad and Tobago to contribute to the social fabric, the upbuilding of the social fabric for the less fortunate prior to politics? What is their real agenda? You understand? Because most of them are going in there to get themselves rich. And you will hear on my political banner that I don't want $1 from Trinidad and Tobago when I become the Prime Minister of this country. I am not there to get a salary, because believe me, I am quite capable of being a retiree at this point. But how can I retire when I know that my generations to come will continue to suffer if I sit back and do nothing?
Ms. Jackson.
Check their track record. It is time for us. It is time for us to have. The masses must begin to demand a criteria from politicians. That's how you're going to enter a job. They ask you for a resume. What is your resume? What is your track record? What have you been doing over these years? How are we so assured that when you reach there, you will continue if you weren't doing it in the first place? And then to run the government is the biggest business of any economy. Some of them were never entrepreneurs. They never even had a small business. Now you're putting them to run a $55 billion business of an economy and try to grow it. They can't even grow a parlor.
Ms. Jackson, can you stay with us for two other minutes? I just have to go for a quick patient identification.
No, unfortunately, I can't.
All right,
I have to give a speech at Central Bank right now, and I'm just parked up waiting.
All right. So listen,
we want to
thank
love that we have for each other.
We want to thank you, and I'm going to bring you in so we could have a further talk. Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you, and
take care
as well. Do have a good evening.
All right, bye bye.
And keep on flying Trinidad and Tobago out there.
All right, take care.
Good, Ms. Jackson.
Okay,
good night.
Yeah. Yes.
Send the village to the DAT Triplets. WZYE 95.9.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it, but they're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
No, Ms. Jackson is full of great intentions. However, it's an uphill climb trying to edify that society politically.
Yeah. I don't think it will be easy.
I know it's an uphill climb. It's climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
But you said that, when you could say that, oh, I'm going to be out there on my own, I wonder why when I would stand up for a good cause, a proper cause, and you make an emphatic statement, I'll be out there on my own, it would make me believe that, people are either afraid, they're not educated, or it's a personal thing. But we don't like she. We ain't going to back she. We ain't standing up with she. But you're standing up for them, huh? You're standing up for them. And before they follow you, because of the cause, right? They focus on the wrong thing.
They're unconscious. They are unconscious, my dear. And that's what we have to do. We have to
stand up. Somebody standing up.
They have to be awakened.
And when you could tell me that you're going to be on your own, you see where the disillusionment come from?
Yeah, well, it's just knowing where they are right now. Then they're just not where they should be. They are just.
I will stand up on my own, Tommy said.
When you think about, you keep doing the people wrong and they keep supporting you. What does that tell you? It's like a battered wife whose attitude is, well, what I gonna do? I done here already. I know what I have. I know what I'm gonna get. All kind of stupid excuses that seem to validate and make it okay to keep getting abused. You see what I'm going?
Yeah. Tommy, let me get back to your point. But Sadra, I'm not welcome. You don't know Diana. You know why? Race. I don't understand that, Prasad. Prasad explained that. Tommy, I see where you're going, I absolutely see where you're going. Tommy, but we are so cynical, in that, Tommy, I mean, the things are right in front of your face, I telling you, Tommy and Diana, that the local government election is based on local reform. I'm also telling you on a platform that the law already passed in cabinet. And now you have to go and vote for local election, vote in local government election for local government reform. Tommy and Diana, I want to ask you guys a question. Let's say UNC wins all 14 corporations. Does local government reform change?
Nothing changes.
All right. Let's say PNM wins all 14 corporations. Does anything regarding local government reform law change?
Nothing changes.
So how do people can't see that, Tommy?
Recycle
can't see that?
politicians.
Because they are blinded by the BS.
I don't know, boy.
They are blinded by the BS and that's being wiped into their eyes that they cannot recognize.
And Tommy, as you said this, I want to do something. I want to show you something. I had this here. I want to show you guys something. All right, let me stop this screen. I'll go stop this screen. I want to bring and show you something. How people just we just take anything, boy. Let me see where it is here. Yeah? I want to bring. All right, here it is. Which area is this one here? All right. Let me bring up the area of Port of Spain. Share. Let me share this slowly. Now, watch this, Tommy. Tommy and Diana. This is the candidates nominated for positions of alderman in Port of Spain Corporation, right? So NTA have a list of nominees for alderman, right? They have all these different people for alderman, right? You have Errol Fabian, you have Ross Russell, you have football players, you have doctors, all kind of people. You have, they say, Gary Griffith family, and that girl, his wife family, and all kind of thing, right? Now, watch this. Right? Think about this, right? And I'm going to my friend, Pastor Google. Pastor Google went up in San Fernando to be a counselor, right? He didn't get the nod because they went with the incumbent. And that's what he told me. He said, Wall Street, they went with the incumbent, and I had no problem with that. I said, well, fine. I had no problem. Watch this now, Well, let's see on the screen there. Let me see if I can enlarge it for you a little bit.
Yeah.
You see on the screen there? Akil Orden. You see Akil Orden?
Yes.
He used to be one of the counselors for Port of Spain. You kick him to the curb, and they bring in a new person. Right? Oh, you see that?
Yep.
Right? Now he's up to be an alderman. Kareem Marcel is the fella who Inchon Ishmael was talking about from the medium, right? He could be an alderman. Wendell Stevens is a fella on Power 102.
That's right.
Who's pro PNM, right? Brian Lewis is the former Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee president.
Right.
Right? He recently screened for a seat in PNM and he didn't get it. Chunua Allen is another fellow who is very much in what's going on in the PNM, right? So watch this, all them fellas get nominated, right? To be an alderman, right? And that's just the National Transformation Alliance nominees. And then you have Progressive Empowerment, which is PEP, and then you have United National Congress, right? Watch this now. Watch this, Boy, we just really take anything in truth, boy. This is Port of Spain here. No, I want San Fernando, man. Here we go. Here we go. I want this one. Are you still seeing that on the screen?
Yeah, we've seen it before.
All right. Watch this one.
That's Port of Spain is on there now.
No, this one is San Fernando.
I still see Port of Spain up here.
All right. Hold on. Maybe I have to go back to the screen and change it. Let me go back to the screen and change it. Yeah, you're still seeing Port of Spain. All right, let me change that one. Stop that screen. Let me bring the screen up. I want to show you something. How our mindset, how we just think. Let me see if it's this one here. Area of San Fernando. Here it is here. I'm going to share this one. Okay, you see that now, right? This is San Fernando right now, right?
Right.
Right. Look at this, right? Watch this. These are the nominees for aldermen for San Fernando. Right. Junior Rogello. I think Junior Rogello is the mayor,
Yeah, right now.
Is he mayor right now?
Right.
So it appears that he's not going to be the mayor if the PNM win San Fernando, right? Well, I don't know. I'm guessing. Or you have to be nominated as a alderman in order to become mayor.
Something of sort.
Yeah, okay. So, and look at the other names here. All these other names, right? no Pastor Google. And I am saying to myself,
what's Pastor Google's real name?
It not there. Just Coven Henry. Coven Henry is his real name.
Coven
But
Henry.
It's not there. So this is my question. If you are fighting for the PNM on radio every single day, you went for councillor, they've gone with the incumbent, they can at least nominate you to become an alderman?
Well, obviously they don't think that he has the mettle to be a representative in any capacity.
No, Tommy, I don't want to think that.
I don't know. That's what they must be thinking. We're trying to get into their heads now.
Okay. Yeah, so, and I'm asking myself this question. Tommy, if I, in Trinidad, and I go for a councillor, and they reject me, which is their right, if they want to keep the incumbent, at least you have to consider me as an alderman. If
they consider you.
Well, at least, they could have put me on the list. You'd rather become an alderman. You're just on the list. These doesn't mean to say these people are going to become alderman, and they're just on there. They have to put certain amount. It might only have 4 aldermen in the whole corporation in this area. In San Fernando Municipal Corporation, it might only be 4. So it depends on who win and so on, right? So at least, Tommy, I would say, well, listen, if I talking for you 4 hours a day on the radio, and I can't become a councillor, I become an alderman, what could I be? What could I be, Tommy? What is there left for me?
Maybe they need you where you are on the radio. Because you're doing such a good job, they don't want to give you another job.
Oh God! Tommy,
let me tell you something. Listen to this.
Yeah.
I had a band. We were doing some recordings, and I had one recording that I thought was going to be a major hit. I went to CBS Records to work for them only because I wanted to place my music. And when I got there, I presented my music to the appropriate personnel. You know what he said to me?
What?
He said, "This music is very good." He said, "But guess what? What you're doing for me right now in the data processing area as a computer analyst is of greater interest to me than what you're trying to present to me." He said, "I can get music and musicians dime a dozen, but I can't get a program analyst that easily. So you're gonna have to keep doing programming, and I can't do anything with your music at this time." The point I'm making is that what Mr. Henry is doing on the radio is probably of greater interest and greater value to the party than what he intends to do and what he would like to do ultimately.
So he's more valued to them there than he is valued to himself as a councillor or an alderman.
Absolutely.
They don't care about, they only know what is valued to them. Well, boy. Diana, that's how you look at it?
Not that you're valued on the radio, but I've expressed an interest to serve you in a different capacity, something that would be considered more serious and not as. They're both of fickle positions, but they don't care. And you've been fighting that battle for a long time. That I don't think they respect you. I would feel slighted and disrespected.
They probably feel that they have more qualified persons to fill what he's requesting, and they feel that he may be best suited wherever he is at this time in the big picture.
But I would feel him on the radio. Yeah, people more know him on the radio. He has a big following. I think he deserves a chance to move forward. And since he threw his hat in the ring and you just did not consider him, I'd feel very, very disrespected and slighted. and I would consider my options.
Well, his option, he has a show option, which is on the radio.
All you ask me, and I tell all you. So
I don't know. I just asked the question because I find that, and the funny thing is that I just be going to bat for him, you know. He would tell me, he didn't tell me to do this homework, you know. I just went to the EBC website. I said, but wait now, let me go and see who are the people, because there was this controversy with Gary Griffith putting some of his family for alderman and all kind of thing like that. And I asked the question, somebody said, and some you worrying about that? That thing is it's not really a big deal. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not really a big deal.
Oh.
Albert Montano says, Albert, stop drinking that. I must congratulate you. You are born again. You have found the truth. You are saved. Albert, I always find the truth, Albert. And some, maybe there are some other benefits that person is getting to what he's doing on that radio station. Vonnie, I put myself up to become a counselor. I wasn't selected. There was another person who was a counselor in another area. They weren't selected for a new person. That person wasn't selected. Name was put into the hat to become an alderman. Right? And you who put your name to become a counselor was rejected as a counselor, and you was rejected as an alderman. What's the next category after that? Is there anything else? Counselor, alderman? Well, you could be on a board. You could be on a board.
Maybe he'd be on a board. Well, because a board is what, once a month meeting?
Yeah, maybe once a month. Yeah.
So that will be easier. You can do that once a month and still work on the radio.
But you're not on a board now, Tommy.
Maybe they will put him on a board.
You're not on a board now.
Maybe in a matter of time.
You've been in power for 8 years now.
I find that, and they bring in people they take from other parties and bring them over and put them ahead of you.
Correct is right. Correct. You bring a fella from the Labas and they put him in the Ministry of Work as a junior minister.
You see?
They bring
and that is when Stuart Young stand up and call all your potong. Now you know why he call all your potong. All you're not even a Jack Russell like Stormy.
Anyway, Anselm, that's a highball game.
When he come in all your house and call all your potholes and nobody embark a bite.
It's a highball game.
What?
I said it's a highball game.
You think you could come here and call Stormy a pothole? Nah, Stormy ain't taking that.
You blame him?
Stormy ain't taking that.
You blame Stormy?
Hey, you know,
look, not the drift from the neighbor brought her little, her daughter brought the little dachshund to visit. Stormy mad because the other animal is in his territory, hair raising and teeth gnarling. You think you could call Stormy a pothole? Nah.
So
you can't even call him a dustbin terrier.
Huh? You can't call him a dustbin, you have to call him a Jack Russell Terrier. What he is. Or you'll get bitten.
So listen to this. I think Dana sent this. Listen to this. This is what is that? Where something? Listen to this.
Feel about Dr. Keith Rowley recently winning the gold at the 2023 Olympics in the senior swimming category.
Caribbean man in proud.
Yeah, play the video too, man.
He's our boss.
Don't play the video. Don't play the video. I'm not getting up so we can play, right?
Yes.
This is pretty cool. Yeah, let me see if I could download that video. Yeah, so You know, boy, when you listen to this video, you be like, man, you know, boy, Trinidadians, boy, not all, but
What?
some, boy, we
You know
are
what?
like,
That's what I'm telling you that people, they're just not informed. You know, they're asleep at the wheel. That's why anything could play.
is it because, but why is that, Tommy? I keep asking, why is that?
Because the focus is, let's put it this way, there are too many distractions. Let's put it that way.
How you feel about Dr. Keith Rowley recently winning the gold at the 2023 Olympics in the senior swimming category?
Hold on, Caribbean man image, proud.
Hold on a minute.
And why win that? Because he's a boss. He's a boss. Diamond Prime Minister.
All right, hold on. Let me get this. It is funny, but it's not really funny.
No, daddy man have voting for years.
That's what I said. It's funny, but it's not really funny. Because it's kind of sad that in this day and age, that's how, even though the fella having fun, but hold on, let me get this right here. Even though the fella having fun, and it's giving us a good laugh, it just tells us about how informed we are about certain things in Trinidad and Tobago. We allow certain things just to like go way over our head, and we, I mean, Sparrow said we like it, so we free. Maybe we have to pick up.
How you feel about Dr. Keith Rowley recently winning the gold at the 2023 Olympics in the senior swimming category? How you feel about that?
Caribbean man image, proud. And why win that? Because he's a boss. He's a boss. Diamond Prime Minister. No, daddy man have voting for years.
Look at that.
No, nobody got. I'm a choice.
Well, you win it already. I feel you could win it again.
All right. How you felt when you heard the news? Dr. Keith Rowley won himself the 2023 Olympics gold medal senior swimming category.
Very proud. You know, you're from Trinidad, don't win gold. So.
Look at that. So you felt proud about that?
Yeah. I hope you win our next one.
All right.
You should enter again.
You should enter again.
Yes.
All right.
What do you want me to say? All best wishes to him. All best wishes to him. I'm glad for him. You understand? Winning that goal, that is a big move.
I'm telling you. Do you think he has it in him to win an Olympic gold again in the senior swimming category again?
Why not? Okay. As long as he have it in him.
Yes.
Strength and endurance,
Okay. How you felt when you heard that news about the gold that he brought home to Trinidad and Tobago?
I jump off my bed.
Look at that. Okay.
I jump off my bed with a big spliff in my hand.
All right. That's what we talking about. I like that, man. I mean, if it's so, it's so.
Is this kicks or not?
Oh Jesus, Lord! But that sound like the guy sound like he really think the man win a race and true.
Yeah, well, everybody on kicks.
Yeah.
That's like someone interviewing a MAGA person, make a MAGA supporter, and they ask him, why did you think Barack Obama let 9/11 happen? Tell these people, because he wasn't doing his job. He wasn't in the office, the White House that day. He wasn't doing his job. He was out doing something else. He wasn't for. I was like, Jesus. But you people for real. In office, I'm like, oh, well. We're not saying that the Prime Minister can't swim, eh?
It is we have the big thing that happened was Prime Minister talking about he's gonna. I don't know how the Prime Minister could talk about implementing vetting units in the TTPS.
You gotta say something, you know. Anything.
But he had to say anything to me.
Well, that's we know the character we're working with, you know.
So Tommy, he could just jump up on our platform and say whatever he wants.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
So
And nobody's challenging him because they're afraid.
I want you guys to listen to this, right? This is the two individuals who call themselves political analysts, but they have dropped the name since, right? Since we took them to task, calling themselves political analysts, and they're interviewing ASP Dixon about ASP. Some people say, but they corrected themselves. They're talking about vetted units in the TTPS. I want you guys to take a listen to this, right? Listen to this.
I'm going to put you live on air now, so please hold.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Yes. Welcome, Mr. Dixon, ACP Dixon.
Is it ACP or ASP? ASP. All right. Okay, so you wanted to clear up that. Yes. Yes, Mr. Dixon. Thank you for taking our call. Mr. Dixon, the Prime Minister made a statement on Saturday that he wanted to introduce vetting units into the TTPS. And after that statement, I've been hearing that your association have some concerns. Can you express to the nation those concerns?
Right. It is simply put, based on the statements made by the Prime Minister on Saturday night, if the intention is to introduce new vetting units in the organization, with the delays that statement in itself, when it aligns itself with integrity and broad brushes most officers as to the fact that, not the fact that there is an assumption that integrity is lacking in the organization, and the commission and the Prime Minister is prepared to pay more for integrity and for vetted units. We are saying that we cannot accept that as a statement by the Prime Minister.
Are you saying that the TTPS did not bring this assumption upon their own self, and they're going to take responsibility for the population at large, and the Prime Minister asserting that there are issues of integrity in the TTPS?
That is an excellent question, and here my response to that question, right? TTPS is not a political organization. TTPS is the only organization in the country who investigates its own. TTPS have been engaged in vetting since 2010 to present. TTPS has a professional standards bureau.
Let me pause that for you. I want to hear what the gentleman is saying, because the Prime Minister says that he would like to implement vetting units in the TTPS. Let me roll back that a little bit. Listen carefully.
Population at large, and the Prime Minister asserting that there are issues of integrity in the TTPS?
That is an excellent question, and here my response to that question, right? TTPS is not a political organization. TTPS is the only organization in the country who investigates its own. TTPS have been engaged in vetting since 2010 to present. TTPS has a professional standards bureau which engage in vetting and arrest and bring officers before the court. TTPS have our SIU units which assist Interpol and other entities in terms of vetting persons, both for visas and everything. TTPS has anti-corruption investigation which investigates state authorities in terms of the issues that would come before us in terms of criminal fallout. The reality is, let us take everything into true context. Is it the police officers who are going around picking up guns and killing people right now? Let us look at it from let's be real. Let's be real. At this juncture.
What the gentleman is telling them?
That's right. They've been vetted since 2010.
2010. Again, the Prime Minister gets on a platform and fooling the people on them. And these two here, right? These two calling themselves political analysts, right? They can't even analyze what the man talking. I mean, shame on the both of them. Shame on them.
Oh,
Man,
Dave.
schooling them. He taken them to school since 2010, you know.
Oh.
They have vetting units in Trinidad and Tobago, but these two political, yes, them.
Yes, them.
Yes, them. They didn't even know what they do. They're absolutely clueless. You see, I want to give two of them a PhD in dotishology, a PhD in stupidology, a PhD in foolology, and a PhD in madology. Because two of them mad. They're mad. Let me continue to listen. The man schooling them. He taking them to school. Kindergarten. That the lowest one? Or there's something lower than kindergarten?
He needs to take the PM to school.
Oh, correct is right. Let me continue to listen.
So yes, you, myself, my members of my family, my colleagues, and their members of the family also face and discourage a crime to the extent that everybody is crippled by the fear of crime. What is the most important topic on the nation and the people's tongue right now? It is crime and the fear of crime.
You see? You see what the man talking? Truth. Crime. You talk about vetting units. You see, you know, Dr. K. Diana, it goes back to what you said, you know. The man is astute. He comes to talk about vetting units. All right, and these two here want to make it look like if vetting units is something new to Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Only distractions, more distractions.
Oh God! And two of them fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, and have the you know, they get them the playbook, but like they report the page. But that was to read. Let me go to you.
Well, then what are you suggesting then? Seeing that you are obviously against a vetting unit, and I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, this is a...
What's that?
They're not listening at all.
Oh God! Two of them need to go into the circus. Seriously. Because they're looking for a few jokers in the circus. I think them gonna be the two-head jokers. The man just tell you they have vetting units since 2010. And you telling the man like he against vetting units.
They're not listening.
Oh my God. Let's listen to them. Let's listen to them.
That is the political analyst, right?
Yeah, there's two political analysts. I might have to stop this before we finish this. Let me listen to them.
Unit within the TTPS, which are made up of police officers who you say are already there. They form themselves into a unit, and they are holding police officers to account. What are you suggesting that we do then? Because we have a huge problem in the TTPS.
Right.
What are you suggesting?
So the huge problem you speak of is a symptoms of the huge problem we have in society. That is the first thing. Let me accept that.
So we're not vetting. So then we have a vetting issue.
You are not listening. You are not listening. You ask a question. I want to opposite response.
Good. Go ahead.
You see.
What was that fella named? That fella that was in the play. We had to bring him back.
Which one is that?
Oh God, he from Shagwana's side.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get this fella too, you know.
Abrams.
Yeah, bring him back. Yeah.
You know the fella to tell him? He had to tell these two jokers, right? These two jokers of political, wherever it is on our radio station, you're not listening. And you're not listening.
They're not.
The man told you before the TTPS have vetting units since 2010. What part of it you don't understand? You don't understand the 2000 or the 10? Listen to them.
Right? So TTPS being a symptoms or a subset of the wider economy or the wider society. Whatever you see in here, it also happens in every other institution. But we are the only one investigating ours and bringing before the court. Additionally, when you look at the data, I said on public airways, over 270 persons have been arrested from within the organization between 2019 to present.
So they're vetting, right? 279 arrested. They're vetting, right? Right? They arrested. Man, come with these statistics. But these two jokers, the two jokers, boy. I just should name this program the two jokers on 91.9.
But you realize something, you know. The distraction created by the political leader, quote unquote PM, is what have them where they are and behaving the way they're behaving.
But Tommy, you have to give them credit. Then there are these two jokers coming on the radio to defend garbage.
It's all part of the...
That is real life data. But today, we are in the month of July, we have over 300 plus murders. How many of those were committed by the officers that the integrity at some was brought into question? We are part of the criminal justice system, the gatekeepers of the criminal justice system. The magistrates, the judges, they are paid money to ensure the integrity stay intact. How much does the TPS officers get? The 4% everybody else gets. We are judged higher than everyone else, and even the judges are higher than everyone else. We are expected to operate as if we are invincible and held to a higher standard as opposed to everyone else. We are not paid so. So if the issue is correlating funds or money with integrity, I am saying no money could buy my integrity. I have 29 years service and there are thousands like me who rely on integrity. So it cannot be that is the issue. Let us look at the cause and the effect. Let us not target the police. You know that TPS have been operating on not a full complement of its executives that have since December 2021. You know that we are the only entity under the government sector, the banner, which has laws and regulations to govern, that have to go through the rigor and the premiership of what takes place in terms of the parliament to scrutinize that's an appointment in someone to act in the post of commissioner or deputy commissioner of police. You know that our leave have been restricted since 2019, and right now we're getting some semblance of relief. You know that all these things are happening. We have lost 39 officers in the fight against the invisible enemy. All these things are happening, and yet still, the officers' integrity are being brought into question now. There was an award at the end of the COVID where the doctors and nurses benefited from no problem. But who lost the most? Who had the least resources to fight? People need to understand these things, and we are not taking anything out of the Prime Minister's statement because we are perfect again. We want the opportunity to realign some of our allocated resources to be able to deliver better results to the members of the public. It is not where we will spend millions of dollars on a manpower audit in 2018, 2017, 2018.
My perfect
Man,
business.
school them, boy. Two jokers. The man take the two jokers to school. Sorry. Yeah, he took them to school. And the man come with the facts, eh? And that's the part of the problem the PNM have. Eh? They have a bunch of jokers on the media. They are no facts. They can't do no research to get facts. Right? The other morning, a PNM woman called the other one in the morning, show the seat full.
I saw that one.
You saw that one?
Mm-hmm.
But when PNM people calling into your program and calling you the seat full. Oh God, boy. What they say, boy? The something is coming home to roost.
Chickens.
The what?
Chickens.
The chicken is coming home to roost. She called she the seat full, boy. Because she was the seat full.
She said, mother.
Yeah. Let me see if I get that one quick. Let me see if I get that one. Where I had that one? Let me see. Where did I have that one? I want to play that one. You just remind me of that day, Tommy.
What happening is that it's only a matter of time before what's in the darkness becomes into the light, you know.
Correct is right.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah? So because sometimes people just getting fed up. They're just getting fed up. Right? What they say, I'm fed up with the same thing over and over.
That's right.
You know? And as much as them people and them supporting, hold up, eh? Let me see if I get this one here.
Too much tomfoolery, man.
Say that again?
I said too much tomfoolery.
Here it is, Tommy.
What you think the role is?
Here it is, eh? Oh God.
Put up your video.
She won't see them person called she out. And she vexed too bad, you know. She vexed too bad, boy. She upset. Yeah? And boy, the people are waking up slowly but surely. I tell them all you, they're waking up.
It's only
Listen to this
mother
one.
tongue.
Listen to this one. There we go. Listen to this.
What you think the rule is?
Sharon, you ever never protect and serve?
Protect and serve is it put the TTPS motto.
Sharon, let me tell you something, eh? I don't want to go down that road this morning with your right.
You need to call me off here because we will go down a road and you and I will fall out. So I don't want us to fall out.
Because you know why? You're too deceitful, and I don't.
That is not deceit. You hope that is deceitfulness, mommy? How that is deceitfulness? What you think the rule is?
Watch. Our next one of them from the go along get along PNM gang. Watch the next one. You have your hand over
Protect and serve is it put the TTPS motto.
Sharon, let me tell you something.
He's the conductor.
I don't want to go down that road this morning with your right.
You need to call me off here because we will go down a road and you and I will fall out. So I don't want us to fall out.
Because you know why? You're too deceitful, and I don't.
That is not deceit. You hope that is deceitfulness, mommy? How that is deceitfulness?
Wait.
Look. You want to say you're too damn deceitful. And shocked. Look, she's shocked. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah, she called her out.
Eh?
She called her out.
She called she out. Yeah. Mommy. She called her she mommy. Mommy say you're too damn deceitful. But and listen, all you, I tell all you, repetition works when you're disciplined. All you know how to call them hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous.
Right.
HDD. All you know that. Mommy keep listening to it. And mommy listening to it. And mommy listening to it. And mommy only waiting for the day just to use one out of it. She only use deceitful now. She waited for hypocritical and disingenuous. You understand? So, all you have to stay the course, be patient.
But Antoine,
Yeah.
Your friend got real quiet though, Miss Wells.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta be sure.
Aisha?
Yeah. Gone real quiet, boy.
I gotta bring Shani program.
Did she try to vet for one of them consular positions or something?
No, not this time. She wouldn't go at this point in time. She go. But listen, when you have people who consider themselves to be full, mommy is a full PNM, mommy, you know, mommy even as she toes painted red, yeah? If you see mommy as she toes, mommy went to get a pedicure. Is that pedicure? Yeah, mommy went to get a pedicure. Mommy come back with red toes, boy. Yeah? Holy woman, you're too damn deceitful. Yeah? Mommy hit the nail on the head, mommy. Mommy, you hit the nail on the head. Yeah. Mommy, only imagine that. Watch now. And they banned me from that program, you know. Because I said two of them in go along, get along PNM gang. And they say I disrespect them. Right? So, but Tommy, and Diana, I want to find out something. If you own a radio station and you are allowing the host on the radio station to conveniently censor people and not take their calls, shouldn't that be something you report to TAT or CUT or whatever it is?
Uh-huh.
No, serious. Shouldn't that be something? So what it does do is that since I call in WhatsApp, when I go up there, see me Wall Street come up.
And they're taking your call.
They ain't taking my calls at all. So no, Pastor Good does take my call. TC and Naka does take my call, right? But if Naka they, she afraid to take my call. Julia Davies stopped taking my call because when I get she fact, she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't run in the surface and hide. Right? The next one named Mr. Ruka, he does take my call. Well, the two of them in the morning show them two, them don't take my call at all.
Sharon and Bruce.
Yeah, them don't take my call at all. No. Once they see my name, it is just two. But listen, and I know what it is do. They see my name come up. And one time there was in WhatsApp and my name come up on the screen because, you know, it show up and I see them click on the red button just to get them out. Nobody on the station and I screenshot it. But if it's this radio station and we taking calls and anybody not taking anybody calls, nah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, that's unacceptable, right?
Yeah.
And I not, Nadia, you're right. I don't be disrespectful. I may say hypocritical, disingenuous, deceitful, and disingenuous. You know, I may say that, you know, you have a PhD in stupidology, but I speak on all I speak on, right? Yeah. And some name on TC program, and I thought that was the subject. Well, that was the topic. People from Trinidad be calling me and telling me, "Hey, Wall Street, you listening to that program?" I said, "No, I out running 5 miles."
Hey, what?
I don't think I'd be just saying don't home listening. I do be saying don't home listening to them program. But I just call them name. One time I call them the G ladies. I say the geriatric ladies. I mean the G ladies. Next thing they're calling and saying, how I calling them geriatric. But you are geriatrics.
Oh.
And mommy's one of them.
No fear.
Boy, the comedy in that is just so unbelievable, but it's just I don't know what to say, but you know, if you're living in Trinidad, huh?
I said the source.
Say that again.
The sources.
But listen, you need to laugh if you are Trinidadian. Because so much things just be happening day in, day out. Right?
And you know what else tell you? Yeah. Well, thing going on up here too.
Yeah. That's what I say. Well, all kind of thing going up in America. Why don't stay up in America? America have it worse than we have it down here. I say America down here. What wrong with all you? That was years ago. When was in Brooklyn and Times Square and thing like that, and Newark, right, Tommy? Years ago.
Many more. But people still
there ain't no home invasions in my immediate neighborhood. I can sit down in my front door open wide. I go and ain't nobody trying to thief my groceries and carjack my car when I come into the parking lot. You know, I safety. I don't have to go up and get no canal water to drink. I open my tap water comes every day. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but you know, Diana, like a few days ago, Moody's get Trinidad a positive ratings, and I thought that was a good thing for the country. I made a post about it. I don't care if who say whatever they have to say. I feel that's a good thing for the country, right? I post something about it, right?
You find the waiting time, the timing of the waiting was very.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy.
No.
Yeah?
They can't control Moody's.
You don't know.
They can pay for a subscription, yes. They can pay for a subscription. But I don't think Moody's will take money in order for them to write a positive report.
You don't know.
Hidden agendas.
But if they find out, Moody will lose too much. Moody's have too much to lose in order to take a few $1,000s to write a positive report.
And what Martha Stewart went to jail for?
Insider trading.
I don't talk.
No, that's different.
You see, another thing too, you have to realize that.
But I'm saying, you know,
administration are user friendly to the big boys.
No. If you tell me that they could give misleading information to an organization like the IMF, so the IMF could put out a positive report, I would say that's a possibility.
Money walks, eh?
That's a possibility. And
money walk and talk.
You can't pay the IMF.
It walks and it talks.
Now what walks is BS.
Well,
money walks and talks. Listen to what I'm saying, and Tony. Tommy. Money walk and it talk. Good.
Albert say, Albert say a woman on one that program said Wall Street must have never lived in Chumakak.
He never live in Chumacak?
Yeah, he never lived in Chumakak. You know, just, you know, you know. Hey, listener, I just listen to some of them, boy, and I feel that them went to the dentist on George Street in Port of Spain, and the dentist take out Novocaine from back then and inject it, and it slip, and it went straight into the brain, and they only using 5% of their brain. Tommy, Diana, why will I go on all over social media, all over radio programs, and say from Chumaka Claverton, and I never lived in Chumaka Claverton? Why would I say that?
The thing is that you edified and made people conscious of what you
Aware with Chumacak, I never hear about no Chumacak.
Thank you so much. Thank
I
you
hear
so
about
much.
Laventil. I never hear about no Chumacak.
Boy, now people know about Chumacak. You understand? And this over Albert Montano talking about. I know it's true. Because them they say, well, he's not a professor. I don't come here and talk whether he's a professor or not a professor. I may say things I do in class. You know? But then I went on the radio station and I tell them, I said, listen, anybody who comes on this radio station and say I'm not a professor, I will send them a pre-action protocol letter.
Oh!
And let them prove it in the court of law.
Oh!
Right? You know they stop saying it? You know they stop saying it? Right? They stop. And yeah, the next thing they say, well, I want to see Wall Street credentials. Let them send the credentials to me. I want to see it. I want them to prove that. I say, what?
So after you prove that, what they gonna do? Send you a check?
Oh God! Yeah, you told me
That's answering PNM people.
I must prove to them what I am. Them, you know, them, right? Them, right? Oh, he haven't done anything in his life. He not accomplished nothing. He never helped nobody in Trinidad. He has only stay from America and talk all the time.
PN, that's your PN. That's your PNM people.
Yeah. Capiza teaching in a community college. At least I teaching in a college still. It's still a college, but it's a 2-year, 4-year, 2-year college. You know what's the big?
It's in a community called South Orange.
Yeah, it's in a community called South Orange. What's the big thing if you deal at what is the big deal if you teach at a college? I don't think it's a big deal. I'll be honest with you.
You know, anyway, what many of us come to realize living in the United States long enough is that what you do is not as important as who you truly are.
Correct is right. Yes, I agree with that, Tommy. Tommy, I just be running through South Orange, bareback, all kind of thing. Right? You think they could come and tell me, well, because he's a professor, you ain't supposed to run bareback? Really? What? I running because I sweat plenty, and when the sun hot, I running bareback. If they come and tell me, well, you can't run bareback, I say, you like golf? You like golf? Then you can't go play golf. Yeah. So, folks, I do have an online degree.
A piece of giving trouble.
Yeah. Capiza didn't get mine online.
You have an offline degree.
You have an offline degree. So Capiza put the comments in chat. Capiza, Nadia, Takesha.
Yeah, play Brother Mudada. No use.
Yeah, I look for that one. Albert. Takesha, if you're still there, only run Mean Gene, boy. Only get Mean Gene case early, boy.
He's a diehard PNM.
Prasad Ramnat, yeah, Mean Gene PNM.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, and I think he's an undercover PDP too. You know what I mean?
It's too
Victoria as well. Rennie Mohammed. Put closing comments in the chat. But folks, you know, we try to lighten it up too. You know what I mean? We try. Let me see if I have any good news here. What I have here? Let me see what I have here. Let me see if I have anything here that I put in here.
I a BBTT.
What is that?
Bijan born in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. Bijan born in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait.
All right. I think I played this one yesterday. Let me see this one. Never played this one. I think I played it. Yeah, I think I played that one yesterday. Yeah, so I mean, we just want them to stop demonizing the Tobago House of Assembly. Because they can't get their own way. And they're doing all kind of things to make it look bad, to make them look bad. And we know that. Albert Montano says, Ansem is Chumakat ends on the old St. Joseph Road, close to where both the Marshall Highlanders steel band was. No, that's not Chumakat.
A Success Village.
Right, correct. It starts when you start the old St. Joseph Road meets. That is where David Mohammed currently have the Kwame Tourist Center. Right? Right there, you used to have the county council where David now, and a few blocks up the road used to be Highlanders on the left. And I used to push Panel Highlanders. And you keep going up. You had to go to Passy Street, make a left on Passy Street. And when you make a left on Passy Street, 2 blocks up on the left will be Chumakak Road. Yeah? And then you just, go up to Chumakak. And it's not Upper Passy Street either. I know where to get that from. It's Chumakak Road 11. Chumonkey Bamba. Yeah? Capiza say he have an associate in law enforcement from Central Texas College. Is that online degree?
No.
Anytime you say anything about Central in it, is online.
Capiza is too much.
Yeah, Capiza admit you have an online. Capiza admit all his degrees is online.
Oh.
Just PhD.
Yeah, Capiza, when you're going in the yard, right? As somebody hang up a degree, and Capiza went out and take it off the line.
Oh.
That's how he get. That's how he get his online degree.
He got a PhD. He has a PhD online.
Yeah, he got a PhD online.
Oh.
Oh God! He just got to take the clothespin off, and he say, "I get my degree online." Chumakak don't produce nothing, boy. We don't produce nothing up in Chumakak. We only have plenty of fruits. Mango, chenet, guava, plums.
Monkeys.
Nah, you no monkey up in Chumakak.
So why they name it True Monkey Bam Bam?
I don't find out why they do that. I'll ask that question, but I don't know. Maybe
Snakes.
do that. Let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village to the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this. Take us.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to Trinidad Margo. Trinidad Margo just logged in. Trinidad Margo, hope you're doing well. How are things going in Florida? I hope it's going fantastic.
And she's still down there with Ron the Satan.
I hope she can stay cool because it's very hot.
I hear the businessman vexed with Mr. D. Satan. Everything falling down now.
But Diana and Tommy, we are hoping that the Prime Minister will see light at the end of the tunnel. We hope it's not an oncoming train. That he stopped trying to demonize the Tobago House of Assembly. Because it is too open. It's just open, man. You go and raid a teacher chief house, not him, but the
Because he can.
police service.
Because he can.
And
Y'all gave him that power.
People just sit down there and take that.
Yep.
Pizza say you went down in Daytona Beach and shark attacked him. Watch yourself, you know, Pizza. Shark might attack you.
I don't believe this because it's a republic. He has ultimate power. He could do whatever he mean. You could do me what you want, and I ain't supposed to push back if I feel uncomfortable. Then we live in a communist state. Not republic, communist. Anyway, hold on.
I want you guys to listen to what Fali said. Hold on, man. I'll just get to it. Hold on a minute, eh? This is what Fali just.
And certainly, I will not be a chief sec where everything that drop you run into answer back. It's when you cut on the chase behind ambulance and car wheel. When you have pedigree, you sit and you wait your time and you wait for them to come in a yard. So I will respond tomorrow, and you realize it's taking me dead time to respond. I ain't jumping out. I ain't wiling anybody. I ain't post a Facebook status in a long while. I ain't even making time to watch who's saying what, because the governance of the island has to continue undisturbed.
Tomorrow.
Here we say, right? He's not a pothong, he's a pedigree.
You waited for you to come in the yard and then you're gonna fix you.
Yeah,
exactly what Stormy does do. Don't come in this yard here. Don't deliver nothing here to pass here. And he comes and he lets me know somebody out here.
And you're back in every time a car pass.
No. Only when you pass near this property here. His hair raised up, he growls and he barks. And he come and let me know somebody out here. Amazon man felt something on the chair. Oh God, rock us. Who tell him to do that? Oh Lord, I like Farley boy. He's not a potter. But that pelting words he got in Stuart Young Garden, calling them potter. And they sit down there and take that. They're potholes. Oh well.
Here's my closing quote. I'm gonna play this.
Truths. 9 painful truths of life. Number 1, nobody is real in this world. Everyone has dual face. Number 2, people respect the person. Number 3, the person to whom you love most hurts you the most. Number 4, when you are happy, you enjoy the music. But when you are sad, you understand. Define you. Your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. Number 6, people like the good looks. It's not the good thought. Number 7, first failure slaps you in the public. Then success hugs you in private. Number 8, the poor person has no friends. If he have, then no fake friends. Number 9, trust means everything. But once it is broken, sorry means nothing.
May I say this is it? The clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent, and talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Remember, Your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Right, Diana?
I just want to say something about unity. Unity, to be real, must stand the severest strain without breaking. And in Trinidad and Tobago, you cannot be separated in the interest or divided in purpose. You must stand together until the end. This is your poet and your global ambassador. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night, beloved people.
Thank you, Diana. Where, Tommy?
Yes, my first one is from Sappho. It says, beauty is beauty only while you gaze on it, but one who has good will soon be beautiful as well. Again, beauty is beauty only while you gaze on it, but one who has good will soon be beautiful as well. Like I always say, change begins with you, the man in the mirror. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, don't blame the mirror. Look down on a person only if you're giving them a hand up. Be safe out there. Love you all. We'll see you next session. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Hey, look, my partner Larry Williams just joined us, boy. Larry, how you going, brother? Larry Williams live on the record in Florida, boy. I'm a good partner. Larry, Big Time Entertainment, one, boy.
He's still in my business?
Huh?
Larry's still in the entertainment business?
But Larry's Big Time Entertainment, one, what you mean?
Hey, Larry, I want to walk to come and do some poetry, boy. What's wrong with you?
Larry in Florida, don't you know?
I don't mind.
I haven't seen Larry since he left Brooklyn.
No,
Some spoken word.
I know, boy. I met Larry. Larry's my real horse, boy. Larry, I just call him Larry Big Time Entertainment One. That is his name, you know.
Larry inbox me. I do Paul King's Douglas style.
Yeah, Larry Big Time Entertainment. Nadia says, blessed night, I will. Albert says, good night. And Sam and Diana, Tommy, till next time. Yeah. Larry inside, man. What tax?
Nadia.
Larry in Florida now, boy. Again, not Larry business.
Yeah. I haven't seen Larry for so long now.
Yeah,
wow.
I know Larry.
You know Larry?
Don't ask me how.
Larry used to hang with Brian Samaru.
Yeah, I tell Larry, Larry's a big, that's why he call him Big Time Entertainment. You know, and he didn't call it Big Time Entertainment 1 and 2, it's Big Time Entertainment 1. Nadia says, blessed night, everyone. Stay safe. Thank God for life. It's always a pleasure being with you guys. And Sam, Tommy, Diana. Blessed night to you as well.
Nadia, Tommy said good night too.
Yeah. Albert Montano says, I must say tonight was a good night and the various topic was very interesting and I had a great laugh. Good for the soul. Albert be making you laugh. Oh, God.
Albert said he was planting something earlier. He didn't say what he was planting, but that he back hurt him and whatnot, and he had to go inside. He was pulling the weeds or he was planting weed. I know, I ain't sure. But you see,
you sure he wasn't up in over Lavantel pulling out them weeds from that football field?
Albert, what you was planting? You was pulling the weed or you was planting the weed? Which one was it?
What's the name of that song? By who's that fella?
Oh, Brother Mudada, no use.
Brother Mudada. No use?
But you was pulling the weed or you planting the weed? Is
that plenty? That plenty? That plenty weed up in
That's why Canada catching a fire so all the time. Oops.
There we go. All right. So folks, we'll see you guys. We're gonna go out tonight with Brother Mudada. No use. See you guys. Later. I hope Diana, this is no copyright.
It doesn't.
All right, cool. All right, so folks, we're gonna go with the brother Mudada. No use. I wonder if you're talking about Capiza degrees, online degrees.
Yep.
Okay, Capiza, them degree are no use.
They say we don't have unity, but to that I disagree. Plenty people in the country join themselves in one big family. You look wrong for employment, private sector or government. You know with this stress, I'm going to give you a tip on the whole process. Now what they want is 10 applications, 20 recommendations, 50 your level. You got to show them where you're really capable. But despite all your paper, and you will have a heavy godfather, your paper's no use, darling, no use. Oh Lord, all right, This thing creating frustration, more jail and mental asylum. Blood, sweat, and tears build the country. Now look the reward they're giving we. You take a trip to Piago. Every day you see people on the go, leaving the country, running to slave to build a next man's economy. All because of 10 applications, 20 recommendations, 50 your level. Prove yourself to be really capable. Like it's a passion with the woman, she got to have a date with the boss man. But she papers no use. Oh Lord. All right. So where the place rarely coming to? It them who you know is who know you. My granny used to call it partisan, but nowadays it appear like a big mafia. Tell yourself you're rarely lucky if you get a little opportunity. But that's advantage. Work is a right, not a privilege. Stop calling for 10 applications, 20 recommendations, 50 your level. With all of that, you know we damn well capable. They publishing the vacancy, but they know they got the people already. So we papers no use, darling, no use. All right.